Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a ranking of Insane Clown Posse albums. This is just going to be the first Joker's pack card, the first Joker card pack and some extras. I did include Bang Pow Boom, I did include Tales from the Lotus Pod, and I did include Wizard of the Hood. I did include those because I like those albums and I don't know when else I'm going to talk about them, so yeah, I'll just jump right into it. I want to point out that everything past Bang Pow Boom, I'm really just not the biggest fan of. I thought Red Fred was okay, but then like everything else, I'm just like, eh. So, with that being said, like everything from like Great Malenko through Bang Pow Boom here is, in my opinion, some of my favorite music. So, with that being said, at number 10 we have Carnival of Carnage, and at number 9 we have Ringmaster. I don't feel like this is going to be a controversial opinion. You know, I've seen a bunch of opinions, and then everybody sits here and says that those are the worst, and I couldn't agree more personally. Carnival of Carnage, I don't think they were quite there yet with their style. And Ringmaster, they were getting there, but I just don't feel like they were there yet. And, like, there's really not many songs off of those albums where I'm really like, man, I want to, like, listen to that shit. So, yeah. Number 10, number 9. Number 8, Controversial, Riddlebox, their third album. I think it's way better than those two, simply because it has Cemetery Girl. And I do really like Toy Box, Three Rings, and Headless Boogie. But specifically Cemetery Girl, I think is just one of their best songs they've ever made. Like, full stop, no cap. I think it's like, it's definitely in my top 10, top 5 maybe, but yeah, Riddlebox, it's good. That's where they really started to get, like, their thing together. But then I think by the next album is when they actually, like, became a thing. So, next up we have Tales from the Lotus Pod. Now, this technically is not an ICP album. This is a Dark Lotus album. But if you don't know, Dark Lotus is a combination of ICP, Twisted, ABK, and Blaze You Dead Homie. And this album canonically takes place between the 5th and 6th Joker's card. And listen, I know there's beef between ICP and everybody else on that album, but for the purposes of this tier list, it's like neither here nor there. But I do like this album. I think it's better than these. But like there's like a few songs on there that like I really like, but then there's a whole lot that I don't really care for. Like, And We Danced is probably, like, top 5 favorite songs out of all of these albums. Alibaba's good, I Hurt Myself is good, Bitch I'm Sexy is good, and Juggalo Family is good. Other than that, I don't really care for anything else on this album. And it has a good intro, though, I'll give it that much. But yeah, And We Danced. I highly recommend you listen to And We Danced. So next up, another controversial opinion. We have the Amazing Jekyll Brothers. I listened to this one recently, like, yesterday, and I gotta say, man, I think it's a little overrated. I think it's good, but I think it's a little overrated. I really like The Shaggy Show. I like Mad Professors, Mad Professor, Assassins, Echo Side, Play With Me. You know, everything else I think is kind of like, I can take it or leave it. You know, you may disagree with me. A lot of people seem to really like this fucking album, and like, I don't get it. Like, to me, it's good. But I don't really feel much of anything besides those couple songs that I listed. So this is where stuff starts to actually get difficult. Because I think next up I'm going to put Hell's Pit. This was actually the very first album that I listened to. And, like, I feel like with Hell's Pit, I gotta kind of be in a mood to listen to it. But there are a couple songs. Suicide Hotline, CPKs, Bowling Balls, In My Room. Well, In My Room might be my favorite song by ICP. It's their most streamed on Spotify for a reason. It's either that or another song that we'll get into later. But I feel like other than that, though, like, it has the Amazing Jekyll Brothers issue where, like, I like those songs. Everything else I'm like okay with or I dislike it. But I like the songs that I like more than I like the songs that I like on the Amazing Jekyll Brothers. You can disagree with me, and that's okay. Next up, Wizard of the Hood. Wizard of the Hood is by far the album that I have listened to the most, front to back, out of all the albums here. I think it's a fun story. I think it's funny. What You Thinking About is like probably my favorite song. No, it's not probably my favorite song. It's probably like top 5 favorite songs that appear on this list personally. I just think that the story is really fun. Like Thug Wildin', I can kind of deal without. I think that the Wizard's Palace is like, it's a good conclusion, but I just can't like listen to it without listening to the whole album beforehand. But then Yellow Brick Alleyway, What You Thinking About, I really like those songs. And yeah, if you haven't listened to Wizard of the Hood, it has the same people as from Tales from the Lotus Pot, so Blazy Dead Homie, Twisted, and ABK. Again, the beef between all of those people is neither here nor there, so you can disagree with me, and that's okay. Next up, we got Bang Pow Boom. Bang Pow Boom is, in my opinion, their last good album. You can disagree with me. Some people really like, what's that one album called? The album that comes out right after, and The Mighty Death Pop. I think that The Mighty Death Pop is good, but it's been a while since I've listened to it, so I don't feel comfortable ranking it. But, like, To Catch a Predator, In Your Face, Boing Boing, I'ma Kill You, Vera Lee, Miracles. I love all of these songs. I love all these songs. I think that, like, this is probably the album that I would recommend most people listen to as their first album. Because I feel like it's the most normal out of all their music. Like, it's still not normal at all, but in terms of ICP, I feel like it's more normal. So, yeah, I like the songs. I really like the ending, Bang Pow Boom itself. You know, the whole entire album leads up to that ending, and I think that it's just wonderful. Next up, we have The Great Malenko, and now we know what my number 1 is, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, Great Malenko. Besides Wizard of the Hood, it's probably the one that I've listened to the most. Great Malenko, Hocus Pocus, Southwest Voodoo, Halls of Illusion, House of Horrors, Netting Game, Hallelujah, Boogie Woogie Woo. Out of all of the songs, out of all the albums so far, this one has the most amount of songs that I actually fucking love. Like, Great Malenko, genuinely, I think is really good. I think the Netting Game, if my favorite song is not In My Room, it's the Netting Game. I think the Netting Game is funny. I think it's just chill. I think, like I work with people who know this song, we always sing it, it's really fun. And yeah, if you haven't listened to The Great Malenko, I really think it was their first good album. Like, it was their first solid, like, good album that I think everybody should listen to. And I'm going through this fast. I didn't want to go through this as fast, but I am. Because, you know, I'm really not much of a music reviewer, but here we are. So finally, we have The Wraith, Shangri-La. The Wraith, Shangri-La is it's pretty much what the entire music that they've, like, all the music that they've, like, created up to this point has led up to this. And I don't know if this was, like, the direction they wanted to go from the beginning, but I think that it's just amazing. This is the only album where I can sit here and tell you I like every single song on here. Specifically, Thy Unveiling, I think is one of the, like, besides Bang Pow Boom, which Thy Unveiling is better than Bang Pow Boom. But, like, those two are, like, the best ending songs for a album by ICP. I think Crossing Thy Bridge is, like, top 5 favorite songs by them. Cotton Candy and Popsicle is really good. Juggalo Homies is really good. I really like Welcome to the Show and Walk Into the Light. Like, this album, I genuinely think, like, front to back, is their most solid. And while I wouldn't say that, like, I probably like a few songs on Great Malenko more than I like on Wraith Shangri-La. But I think the Wraith Shangri-La is a better package overall. So, yeah, that's my list. If you want to disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. You know, if you disagree with me, let me know. I'm just gonna end it there. Alright, thanks. See ya.